Hi everyone, my name is Junon. I have a health science background, and I'm the author of the book Truth and Empathy: How to Find Your Soulmate. And I'll put a link to the book below. This video is about introverted intuition. Introverted intuition is an MBTI function that is about how we perceive the world. So, how do people acquire information? In what level of truth they're able to understand? People who have introverted intuition in their first or second function are very intuitive, known as they're the most intuitives of all the personality types. And obviously, if intuition in their first function, these traits are pronounced. So, what happens with someone who has introverted intuition is that when they look at the world, they're asking themselves the question, what is the deeper truth? So, in other words, there is a reality that we can perceive with the five senses, but for them, the fact that they can perceive something with their five senses doesn't mean that it's the truth. So, they want to go deeper. And usually, these are individuals who like to relax and it sort of distance themselves from their environment or any type of stimulation to actually have access to that. So they have the slowest brain waves. So either they have a slow alpha or even theta brain dominance, and they tend to be rather reflective. So these are individuals who need to go deep into any type of subject to better understand it. A prime example of individuals who have introverted intuition and it really shows are, for example, master yogis, or you probably have heard of Olympic level meditators. So they will know certain things that it will take, science maybe a century to discover or more. So, for example, they will understand certain things about physics or even human anatomy or human behavior that it will take a lot of data from science to figure out. So, in other words, introverted intuitives know the answer to a question sometimes before the question is even asked. So they have this ability to just have a download. And when they get this information, they don't think it's their brilliance that gave them this information. They know that if they slow down their brain waves, they can have access to the information. So it's almost like having access to the internet and you get some information. You know, you did not write that article or created that video, and you know that if other people as brains are more in tune with that, so if it's more coherent, they will be able to perceive this reality. So introverted intuition is the opposite of introverted sensing. Introverted sensors need to gather enough data, see a pattern, and then can predict what's going to happen in the future. With introverted intuition, it's not the way it works. They know the answer. Now they have to gather data to show others why this answer is the correct one. So even with limited data or contradictory data, an introverted intuitive can still get the answer. Now, what is kind of interesting is that it's obviously not related to their age or social status, if they're men or women, and the personality type that really is very good with intuition is the INFJ, because their brain waves are even slower than the INTJ. So when you look at the personality types that are introvert intuitives, we're looking at the INFJ, obviously, ENFJ, the INTJ, and the ENTJ. So depending on if it's a feminine or masculine energy, so if it's a feeler versus a thinker, the introverted intuition will be directed towards something different. For example, the INFJ and the ENFJ will be focused on people. People matters. For example, INFJ would be like Mother Teresa or Jesus Christ or Buddha. So these would fall into that category. Or even someone like Oprah also it falls into this category. When introverted intuition is a math engine or a thinker, they are focused on mostly math and science. So someone like Einstein or Isaac Newton, these people would want to focus their attention on something that is on inanimate objects. So obviously, theories about physics or the laws of nature. So they're not focused on people. And what is interesting when it comes to introverted intuitives is that they look at the world, and although it seems complicated, they're trying to simplify it. So they're looking for the equation or the theory of everything, whether it is related to people, it's their feeler, or if it's about the physical environment. So in other words, I'm looking about the laws of physics or the mathematics and so forth when they are a thinker. To summarize, introvert intuition is an MBTI perceiving function and helps the person gather data so that they know which course of action to take. So if a person is a feeler, they will be focused on people, and if they're a thinker, they'll be focused on more inanimate objects, such as, for example, the laws of physics. These are individuals who usually go inwards, so they tend to like to keep a distance from people who are trying to understand things better. So they tend to daydream more than other people, and they often know the answer before getting to the answer. So they know on an intuitive level that whatever they're pursuing, whether it's in the right course of action or not, although they don't have hard data to prove it, but usually later on science or experiments will prove that they are right. And you see that this set of characteristic mostly with the INFJ, because of all the personality types, INFJs have the slowest brains in terms of having a theta brain dominance compared to even INTJs. So I trust that this information was interesting, that maybe you learned something. If you did, please click on the like button, subscribe to my channel, and we will talk soon.